Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Michael Tait.
Merry Christmas, Nashville. How are you?
You all might be wondering, who is Michael Tait? Or maybe you've heard his voice your whole life, from DC Talk to Newsboys. The guy's been one of the biggest names in Christian music for over 30 years. But now, his name is trending, for all the wrong reasons. Multiple people have come forward with serious allegations, including grooming, sexual assault, and drug abuse, and it's shaking the entire Christian music world. This video isn't about gossip, it's about truth, accountability, and asking hard questions about someone many looked up to. So stay with me, because we're breaking it all down, who Michael Tait really is, what these allegations mean, and what happens next. Before we get into it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you don't miss when we drop more videos like this. Now, let's talk about who Michael Tait really is. So, who is Michael Tait? He's not just some singer in a Christian band. For a lot of people, he was the voice of Christian music for decades. Michael first made waves in the late 80s as part of DC Talk, a group he formed with Toby Mac and Kevin Max while they were in college. They dropped hits like Jesus Freak, Colored People, and In the Light. And if you grew up in a Christian household, those songs were probably on repeat. After DC Talk went on hiatus, Tait started his own band called simply Tait, and later, in 2009, he took over as the lead singer for Newsboys. That's when things really blew up. Songs like Born Again and God's Not Dead turned Newsboys into one of the biggest names in the Christian music world. He toured the world, packed arenas, even appeared in Christian films, and for many fans, Michael wasn't just a musician, he was a role model. Which is exactly why the recent allegations are hitting people so hard. Now let's talk about what brought all of this to light. In early June 2025, an explosive report was published by the Roy's Report, a Christian investigative news outlet. It detailed multiple allegations made by individuals who say Michael Tait engaged in inappropriate, and in some cases illegal, behavior over the span of more than 20 years. The allegations include grooming, unwanted physical contact, offering drugs and alcohol to minors, and manipulating victims under the cover of trust and faith. According to the reports, several of these alleged incidents happened while Tait was actively touring and ministering, during meet and greets, backstage moments, or even at fans' homes. Some of the victims said they stayed silent for years out of fear, shame, or because they didn't want to bring down someone seen as a spiritual leader. As of now, Michael Tait has not made any public statement in response to the allegations, but the fallout has already begun. The news hit fans hard. Many took to social media to express their shock and heartbreak.
Michael Tait, why you gotta be so creepy, dude? You out here giving restless Christian artists just a bad name. We out here trying to build a kingdom, and you out here just, I don't know, diddying around or whatnot, man. Get your head straight.
Yesterday, like many of you, I read about the allegations that have come out against Michael Tait, former member of the group DC Talk, and former lead singer of the band Newsboys. I am deeply saddened and appalled by what I heard, and my heart goes out to the victims. When Azariah Southworth initially made these accusations weeks ago, I was skeptical only because of Southworth's past history with the Christian music industry, and because there was no one else corroborating his story. I was upset that he would out someone as homosexual, because I believe that this is an individual's right to choose how they would like to do this. However, when it comes to issues of SA, the perpetrator loses this privilege. Now that the story is broke and the victims have come forward, they deserve our full support. And while I do believe that a person is legally innocent until proven guilty in a court of law, the victims of these crimes deserve much more than a simple verdict. It's a difficult place to be wanting the process to play out, wanting to believe that one of your musical heroes is innocent, but looking at the accusers and also believing them. I am trying to choose the right words and the right tone, but I feel like no matter what I say, I am failing, and I'm especially failing the victims. Like many of you, I am simply trying to process all of this. Despite all of my mixed feelings and emotions, I fully stand behind the victims of these assaults, and I pray that justice is sought and gained. For the accused, I also pray for him that justice be served and that help is sought for his behavior. These are extremely serious allegations, and no matter how anyone feels about the contributions of Michael Tait to the Christian music industry, there really can be no free passes, or as the saying goes, no sacred cows.
These reactions are a testament to the deep connection fans had with Michael Tait and the Newsboys. Earlier this year, in January 2025, Michael announced his departure from Newsboys, describing it as a monumental and heartfelt decision. At the time, no one could have anticipated that just a few months later, these troubling allegations would come to light, casting a shadow over his legacy and the band's future. For many, Michael Tait was more than just a musician. He was a spiritual leader and a role model. His music inspired countless believers, and his presence on stage carried a message of hope and faith. So, hearing these accusations has been a painful and shocking experience for fans and fellow Christians alike. This situation raises difficult questions about accountability within faith communities. How do we reconcile the public image of a beloved figure with such serious claims? How do we ensure that victims are heard and supported while also seeking truth and justice? The Christian music community is now grappling with these questions, trying to find a path forward that honors both the pain of the victims and the need for healing within the church. It's a reminder that no one is above accountability, and that transparency and courage are essential in confronting wrongdoing, even when it involves someone we admire deeply. As this story continues to develop, it's important for all of us to stay informed, stay compassionate, and continue to pray for truth and healing for everyone involved. Whether you're someone who listened to Michael's music during your darkest moments, or someone just now learning who he is, this story matters not because it's salacious, but because it's real. Real people, real pain, real consequences. And as much as this is about Michael Tait, it's also about the Christian music industry at large, an industry that often places charisma over character and silence over truth. So, where do we go from here? That depends on us. Will we ignore these stories, or will we listen? Will we protect powerful figures, or will we protect the vulnerable? Because accountability isn't just a buzzword, it's a requirement, and healing starts when we tell the truth, no matter how uncomfortable it makes us feel. More voices are speaking up, and more stories may still come to light. So let's stay informed, let's stay compassionate, and most importantly, let's stay awake. Because sometimes the people we put on pedestals are the very ones we should have been watching more closely.